What's up everyone, Matt here, and today I want to share 5 things I wish I would have known when I first got my Maschine. Now this will work on any of the machines, Mark 1, 2, 3, Maschine Plus, all of them. Some of you may already know these things, so feel free to hop around using the chapters, and let's start off with chopping up a sample and spreading it to different pads within a group. That is the sample right there. Let's just go ahead and go to Slice, switch this to Detect, and then we'll chop this up so each pad plays an individual chord. Just need to remove a few of these. And there's one here. All chopped up, let's go ahead and select the first one. In the top right corner, we'll click Apply. Let's go to Group B and select the pad we want to apply it to. Then click Single and hit OK. We have the first slice on one pad. Let's go back to the sampler and click the second slice. From here, you just repeat the process. You select the next slice, then select the next pad, hit OK, and do that to each one. Now we have all 4 slices on separate pads within a group. Okay, we got all the samples on the pads, and you'll notice that they're playing on top of one another. And it kind of sounds like a mess. Now, this can be okay depending on the sound, but in this instance, I want to talk about the choke feature. This is mostly known for simulating live drums. For instance, if you want a closed hat to cut off an open hat like this. With choke on, it sounds like this. You can hear how the open hat stops as soon as I touch the closed hat, and vice versa. It can also be used for melodics, bass sounds, and different samples that you don't want to overlap. A good way to think about it is as if you were changing a sampler setting to legato or one voice compared to being polyphonic or multiple voices. Again, this is just a mess of overlapping sounds. So under pad mode, select the first pad, go to choke and change each one to 1. This way, when you play a new pad, it will stop the previous one. We all love note repeat and the arpeggiator, but sometimes I want to tweak the sound or do a little sound design while playing the arp. This next simple trick lets you lock the arp while adjusting different parameters and effects within Maschine. I'm in chord mode, let's turn on the arp. You see when I go back to the plugin, I can't play the arp anymore. By simply pressing the lock toggle, now you can switch between different parameters and mess with your sound. Bonus tip, you can free up both hands by doing this trick by selecting the hold feature. And this is super useful for really dialing in your sound. With hold on, it frees up both hands and I can add new plugins, effects, and change things on the fly. I cannot count the amount of times I got a dope track rocking and I hit a pad and it's not the right note. And yeah, I could go into keyboard mode and play from there, but sometimes I just want to hit a pad and see what it sounds like, but I want it to be in the right key. This feature lets you change the bass note of the pad while playing in pad mode. You notice the bass is playing C, the guitar is playing A. Yeah, it works, but it's not technically the root note. If you're in pad mode, all you have to do is change the semitone right here. You can also change by octave. The The last tip is changing from a sampler to the audio engine. And this is super useful for playing back loops, especially if you don't know the BPM of your sample, or if you want to be able to change and play different notes without changing the length of your sample. Let's just look under the sampler. I'm going to go over to the stretch tab and let's see what the BPM is. It did a pretty good job at detecting. It's at 135 and my track is at 120, so let's just play it with the metronome. Clearly this doesn't line up and I'd have to stretch it to 135, hoping that it's right. Now, if we go back to plugin, select the 4-way encoder and switch it to audio, let's play it back with the metronome and see what happens. I can even change the tempo while it's playing and it still stays in time. The other cool thing is being able to pitch it without changing the sample's length. Under plugin, switch it to gate and then go to keyboard mode. And those are 5 things I wish I would have known when I got my Maschine. If you like this type of content, let me know in the comments below. Hit me with a like or a sub for the algorithm, and stay tuned for more videos coming out soon. Yeah.